you were quite the proponent of freedom of speech. Tell me why that's so important to you.
Can't make art without it. Can't make art without it. So I'll start there. It's not just that, though. I mean, freedom of speech sounds a little stuffy. And what I like to think of is freedom of expression, which is basically the same as freedom of speech, but it characterizes it in a much more personal way. And freedom of expression is ultimately the freedom to discover yourself, to explore your world. It's an amazing thing, like the ability to articulate things out loud in conversation, just to kind of like try words out, allows your brain to process in a more full way and lets you think things through. It's why conversation is so powerful and engaging for human beings. It's what we're meant to do. We're meant to converse with each other, to engage with each other. But we need the freedom to do that without the fear that, well, if I'm debating and I make a point that people don't agree with, I'm going to be exiled from everyone. And like, even if I didn't really mean it, even if I'm just playing devil's advocate. And so the freedom to experiment, to explore is intrinsic to self-discovery, to self-growth. And if you're in this kind of environment where you don't feel like you can say what you think and you feel like you are at risk of serious backlash if you simply question things that you're curious about, how do you grow? How do you discover things? How do you figure out what you actually care about if you can't do like the scenario that I described earlier when I finally spoke my piece and said, I don't think we should encourage people to loot their own communities. How do you know what's on the other side of an action if you can't take that action? And speech is very much an action. So it's a crucial thing to self-discovery and, of course, to making art.